We will be diversifying the show and shine the spotlight on people of color, video game developers, content creators, and overall people of impact. We are being the change. So if you have someone they have in mind, you have a content creator, or just a game developer, or anyone else who's making an impact not in just the gaming space but beyond it, let us know in chat. Send us an email at contact@theimpactplay.com. Our emails are open for you all, and we are joining the cause. Enough is enough. This has been going on for far too long. The racism, the social injustices, and living in constant fear of not returning home just because you happen to look a bit different, just because your skin color is different than everyone else. This has to end. There is no room for hatred in this world, and it is our job, our duty to stand for what is right, what we believe in: equality and freedom for all, no exceptions. If you are silent, you are a part of the problem. We at Impact Play stand behind our community. We stand with them. We must change the narrative. And it starts with each and every one of us. We must change what is within ourselves, what is within our communities, in order to see that change in the world. So we have to be the change before we see a change. And for those of you, and there are a lot of companies and gaming companies in general that are rallying together against or to stand up for what is right, to stand up against injustices, because this is going on forever. And I know it is unfortunate for all these lives: George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and countless others. This must end. How many lives have to be lost just because of their skin color? A community is built from its members, each one standing amongst each other. We have to empower others in order to empower ourselves, in order to initiate change. Let me just take a quick look to make sure both platforms are working great, because we have been having trouble with Mixer as of late. Let's see, where are you? Nope. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay. Home. Okay, perfect. We're good on both ends. And soon we'll be going live on YouTube as well, but that'll be in due time. And another reason why we didn't go live last week was so we could remain silent in order to empower black voices, to give room for those that are unable to speak the opportunity to voice, to give life to all the injustices and all this hatred in this world. Because it all starts with each and every one of us, to bring awareness to this issue in order to bring change. Because this system was designed this way, unfortunately. So we have to initiate change. This whole system has to change in order for it to change. We have to change the system itself. So I'm happy seeing not just the black community standing up, but also those of many colors, those of many identities standing up together with them, amongst them. And all the riots, all the so-called violence and what have you. Please do your research before you judge. Even when you judge, look at yourself in the mirror. Take a good look within yourself. Why are you worried about physical, even though it's not right to see damage to property, stores, businesses, what have you? But if that is the only thing of this whole issue that is affecting you, you have to take a look why and look at the bigger picture, because they've been going. This issue has been. How should I say this? It's just hard to talk about because I'm not in their shoes, but I am amongst them. So I'm using my voice, my platforms to bring awareness to everything that's going on for the past 2 weeks. So if that is what's getting under your skin, is seeing the damage to your favorite store or what have you, you need to understand that this has been going on within the black community for years. If only just seeing this little picture of the physical outburst of what they're feeling within. So take a good look at yourself. If you cannot, at the very least, understand what they're going through, be passionate, show empathy and kindness. For there is no room for hatred of any kind, not only in the community, in the gaming space, beyond it. There is no room for hatred at all. And we should focus on positivity, on sharing kindness amongst each other, not just what we view ourselves as. We need to, in order to better ourselves, we must wish for others what we wish for ourselves. Let's move on to the second segment of the show, the gaming side of things. A lot of companies are using their platforms, or even delaying events to give room for black voices to be heard. For instance, Sony has decided to postpone the planned PlayStation 5 reveal event that was scheduled for June 4th, with no ETA, saying it wishes to give time to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3 has even been delayed. Excuse me. Epic today announced that instead of beginning on June 4th, as it was planned, it will actually kick off on June 11th. So even the game festival, the summer edition, will take place 1 week later, starting on Steam's Summer Game Festivals. Again, is being pushed back to June 16th, and this is coming from Jeff Keighley's official Twitter feed. Earlier this year, EA announced EA Play Live, an all-digital showcase of announcements including new games. EA Play Live was set for June 11th. Due to the ongoing protests against racial inequality and police brutality, EA announces today that the showcase is being delayed. This is coming from Windows Central. Multiple other events have also been delayed, including CD Projekt Red's Night City Wire event for Cyberpunk 2077, and Sony's PS5 showcase the future of gaming. Destiny 2 Next Chapter teaser confirms a June 9th reveal. And this is written on PC Gamer by Sean Prescott. The next big Destiny 2 update will be revealed on June 9th. Bungie has confirmed on Instagram. In the short video, the studio provides a visual tease of the loot shooter's next chapter, which features Eris Morn's trudging through a frostbitten landscape that fans have speculated is Europa. Sorry about that, but I'm just feeling unease, and I'm not, just because of everything going around that's happening to our fellow brothers and sisters within our own community. So I do apologize if it's not as positive or as energetic as it used to. It's just because I am understanding and feeling their pain, even though I did not experience what they are going through, what they have been going through for years. I understand the struggles. I understand what I just understand, that is all. So yeah. Okay, now we're done with Destiny 2. Okay, here we go. Here's your first good look at League of Legends Wild Rift on mobile. The decade-old game finally makes its way to mobile and console later this year. Coming from The Verge. It's been a while since we heard about League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile and console spin-off of the long-running strategy game. Today, as part of the ongoing Summer Game Fest, Riot gave the best look yet at the game with a lengthy video presentation that covers everything from characters to gameplay to skins. While the game still does not have a release date, it's expected to launch sometime this year. Riot says that it's starting its first early tests soon with an early alpha on Android in Brazil, as well as the Philippines. Wild Rift is just one part of what is shaping up to be the busy period for Riot. In addition to the new version of League, the developer is also set to launch its team-based shooter Valorant on June 2nd. That reminds me, that actually went live. It finally came out of beta, and I believe 100 Thieves is amongst the first esports organizations that announced that they are building a roster built specifically for Valorant. A set of palm-sized Game Gear microconsoles have been revealed as part of Sega's 60th anniversary celebration. The Game Gear Micro is currently only available to pre-order in Japan and will launch on October 6th. At the time of writing, there has been no news of a Western release for the device. The console has a 1-inch screen and will arrive in 4 color schemes, each with a different set of 4 games, preloaded. Here's the full list below, and this is coming from an article on IGN. So so each one goes for roughly about $50 each, and there may be like this small. It's like a collector's thing. So the black version, there are 4 color options, and each color option has 4 different games. So the black has Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, Royal Stone. The blue has Sonic and Tails, Gunstar Heroes, Sylvan Tale, Baku Baku Animal. Yellow has Shining Force 1 and 2, Shining Force Gaiden, Final Conflict, as well as Nazu Puyo, Early No Rooks. And the red one has Revelations, it's the Demon Slayer, Megamani Tensei Gaiden, Last Bible Special, the GG Shinobi columns. And apparently this wasn't their big announcement. That is on par with a PS5 reveal. No, that's not it. Or are you? Oh, here it is. According to Japanese news sources, Sega is working on a Fox gaming platform that will use arcade machines outside of business hours. This is written on GameSpot. Thanks to Japanese language news sources, we now know the nature of the big Sega reveal that was teased for this week's Famitsu. The publisher is working on some kind of initiative that is dubbed Flat Gaming. While it's not exactly clear that what is or if it's comparable to cloud gaming services such as Google Stadia. According to an analyst, Suriken Toto, it will likely involve using the guts of arcade machines during off hours. They'll be good for more than just Dig Dug and Street Fighter now. Given that arcades are far more common in Japan than anywhere else, it's unclear how much of an impact that this service could have in the Americas or Europe. And here's a nice little tidbit. Excuse me. GameSpot has officially kicked off Play for All, a celebration of all things gaming. Join us as we bring your summer's hottest news, preview interviews, features and videos, as well as raise money for COVID-19's relief efforts and Black Lives Matter with the help of our friends from around the gaming world. Check out the Play for All schedule for more. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, that reminds me, there's actually, let me see if they're still live. There's a stream going on Twitch via the Guerrilla Initiative. Let me see if I can find them, and I just share that in chat, where it highlights black creators in the industry and game developers and what have you. Let's go to Twitch. Guerrilla Initiative, where are you? Because they were streaming before I hit the live button. I think they're done and over with. Yep, they are. I don't see them. Okay. Well, they're gonna be going live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, so that's 12/1, about 2 p.m. Eastern, on June 7th, June 8th, June 9th. They're doing a charity stream featuring Troy Baker at 12 p.m. Pacific, and that's about 3 p.m. Eastern. So be sure you're giving them a follow at twitch.tv/ I believe it's Guerrilla Collective. Let me tell you exactly the URL. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Here's a nice little thingy written on their Twitter feed. The Guerrilla Collective came together to create a space where we all find the voice to support one another, our industry, and our work. It is the cumulative effort of incredibly diverse teams, unified in the creation of a digital event to bring hope and positive content to the world. We recognize this is a time for action, and for voices speaking out for justice and change to be heard. We stand united for change, for justice, and in support of Black Lives Matter. We are announcing here that our event is moving to June 13th, 14th, and 15th. We are preparing a live stream for June 7th to highlight black voices in our industry, dedicated exclusively to showcasing games created by black developers, titles featuring black protagonists, and conversations with these creators. We will have more details to share shortly. Okay, let me go on to their website, Guerrilla Collective. Go to their Twitch feed. Are they live? No, they were live. Let me see. Videos. Past broadcast. Yeah, it doesn't say nothing. So I'm guessing they didn't save it. But yeah, let me put that in chat. Stream. Where's chat? Here we go. Okay, there's the link for both you all on Mixer and Twitch. Now we're done with that new story. Let's move on to the next. Let's see what we have. Okay, here it is. Recent Leak has given a look at a redesigned Xbox store codenamed Mercury. That very well may be the store that we will see on the Xbox Series X. And this is another article found on IGN. A recent leak has given a look at the redesigned Xbox store codenamed Mercury. That very well be the store, blah blah blah. Okay, as reported by Thorat, Twitter user Win Community posted the first screenshots of Mercury, which is the store app for Xbox One, and that is currently running on Windows 10. Thorat's Brad Sams also got his hands on the app for Windows 10 and showcased Mercury in action, which is pretty far along and allows for purchasing and searching and more. The new store moves the navigation bar to the left of the screen, and the whole app utilizes Microsoft Fluent design. There's no indication as to when the redesign would happen, or if the final version will look any different. However, maybe one of the announcements that Microsoft has planned for its Xbox 2020 series that provides monthly updates on the future of Xbox. Series M will launch in August as a timed exclusive for Stadia. So Stadia is definitely upping its gaming library. This is on 9to5google.com. Google has been working to bring a suite of timed exclusives over to Stadia, usually under the branding First on Stadia. But thus far, they've been indie titles like Get Packed and Lost World later this year. Google Stadia is picking up the new timed exclusives in the form of Series M4. Earlier this year, the folks at Crow Team and Developer Digital brought remastered versions of the first 3 Series Sam games to Stadia, as the Series Sam collection. If you haven't gotten a chance to enjoy the mayhem and onslaught of alien enemies to defeat you, you can currently still claim the Series Sam collection for free with the Stadia Pro membership. Gearbox announces the third big expansion for Borderlands 3 today. It's called Bounty of Blood, a Fistful of Redemption. It's a western sling with those 87 billion guns, Vault Hunters, and will be available on June 25th via Kotaku. BlizzCon is officially cancelled, and Blizzard hopes to put together an online replacement event probably in early 2021. And this is coming from PC Gamer. In April, Blizzard warned that BlizzCon might not be feasible this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, the studio finally made it official. BlizzCon 2020 is cancelled. During this time, we've had many discussions about what holding a convention would look like, in spite of the health and safety considerations we'd want to make, wrote BlizzCon executive producer Sarah Lynn Smith. We also talked about different paths we could take, and how one could be complicated by fluctuations in national and local health guidelines in the months ahead. Ultimately, after considering our options, we've come to a very difficult decision to not have BlizzCon this year. No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC in June. This is another one from PC Gamer. Okay. A new Saints Row and Dead Island 2 are not planned until after 2021. After March 2021, sorry. In their latest financial report, Embracer Group has suggested they have no AAA games arriving this financial year, so don't expect a new Saints Row in 2020. This was found on GameSpot. Platinum Games expels rumors that Microsoft is buying it. From GamesIndustry.biz, rumors that Platinum Games might get acquired by Microsoft have been greatly exaggerated, at least according to Platinum Studio head Atsushi Inaba and game director Hideki Kamiya. Speaking to Video Games Chronicle, the pair adjust rumors that Microsoft was poised to acquire Platinum that sprung up online following comments made by Phil Spencer to GameIndustry.biz last year when he said he wanted Xbox to purchase an Xbox Studio. HP's newest VR headset gets inside-out tracking as well as 3D audio. From IGN. HP has a new virtual game reality headset, and unlike last year's model that towed the line between enterprise and gaming models, the new HP Reverb G2 is all about gaming. In fact, HP has teamed up with Microsoft and Valve to put the HP Reverb G2 more on par with the Valve Index. The HP Reverb G2 features a new inside-out tracking system which doesn't need infrared tracking lighthouses. With the addition of 4 cameras, HP promises this new system can capture 1.4 more. HP promises that the new system can capture 1.4 times more movement as the cameras track where you're looking and where your hands are. Unfortunately, this is a PC-driven headset that will need to connect with your gaming desktop or laptop, and isn't wireless like the Oculus Quest. And here are some updates coming to Animal Crossing that have come to Animal Crossing in June. As International Museum Day comes to a close in Animal Crossing, New Horizons, the longest-running event, is coming to the game in June. That's right, it's wedding season. Wedding season will give players some photo apps with characters like Cyrus and Reese, but concrete details about what else the event might offer to players remain scarce. Here's what we know thus far. This is coming from Inverse. So it's pretty much like a photo shoot for the wedding couple, the llamas, but let me see if I can find their name somewhere. Let me see. Wedding event. So you have to travel to Harvey's Island. Okay, here it is. Reese and Cyrus, the adorable wedded podcast, they're not llamas, are waiting for you to help them make a set to take some anniversary photos. So pretty much you play around, you get I believe it's heart scales, and you could exchange them for event exclusive furniture items and what have you. There are also new fish as well as bugs going on now. With E3 cancelled this year, a ton of smaller virtual events have popped up to bring us the gaming news without risking the Rona. Here they all are. And this was a list compiled on fingerguns.net. So you have Wholesome Direct on May 26th, which let me go to what's going on now. Let's see, June, here it is, June 8th. IGN Summer of Gaming, we talked about that. Indie Live Expo 2020 on June 6th. The Gorilla Collective, we talked about that. PC Gaming Show on June 14th. Featured Gaming Show on June 14th. Limited Run Games June 8th. Night City Wire June 25th. That was Cyberpunk's delayed announcement. EA Play, we talked about the first day of the devs June 22nd. New Game Plus Expo June 23rd. Bit Summit Gaiden June 27th. TechCon July 11th. Ubisoft Forward July 12th. Second day of the devs July 20th. Gamescom August 24th. Talked about on the last episode. I'm gonna copy this link and share it with you all if you're curious. Where's the restream? Okay, here you all are. If you guys are wondering, if you want more details on these events. And now we go on to the last and final segment of the show. What we have been playing. But first, I would like to talk about last week I got the opportunity of playing in a shark RPG known as Maneater. I was given a code just to share my opinions as well as my thoughts, and here's my first impressions of the game. Even though I've only just only completed the epilogue or prologue, the season, I think it's the epilogue where it's before the first chapter. So, what I first thought was I was just as a shark eating people, eating other fish, and what have you. But there is a story that builds up as you level up. I'm not gonna spoil anything since the game just came out not so long ago. But what I will say is this: the game is well made. I only had, I believe it was 2 issues when I streamed it earlier this week. Was that it was using a lot more frames than Destiny usually does, which is fine. And on top of that, my only strife with the game was the lock-on, where even though I've only maybe played like 3 hours max of the game, I'm not gonna, without trying not to spoil anything. I believe it's after the story first starts building up in the first chapter, or swimming, there are other higher level fish and creatures that try to attack you or even hostile. There is some sort of a lock-on, but it's, in my sense, it is not perfect, where if you move away from it, try to avoid its attack, it'll unlock itself, so you have to keep locking on. If there's other fish or other targets in the area, it may even lock on to those unintended targets. So that is the only issue I have with the game, even though I've only played 3 hours. Hopefully I will play more as time goes on. And I would suggest you giving it a try, even though it's only like $29.99 or something like that. It's available on PC, on consoles, on Xbox, and PlayStation. Let me see if it's on the Switch. Give me a minute. Maneater, look. Super interactive. Games. Maneater. Let's see. So it's on Xbox, on PlayStation, and PC. I believe that's it. I don't think it's available on the Switch. Yep, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, that's all it is for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Oh, it's actually $39.99. So I would suggest looking into this game. If it, I'm not gonna force you to play something that I may find interesting, that you'll definitely find interesting. This is just my opinion of it. But if you definitely find it interesting, give it a shot, give it a try, and let me know your thoughts. So you can easily let me know on social media, join our Discord, and be a part of our amazing, diverse community. And I believe that's it. Let me see if there's any last minute news stories and what have you before we end this podcast. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's about it. I forgot to mention in the beginning of the stream, but you can join the live show of the Impact Play each and every Sunday. So I am still working on a decent time slot. My the plan is to do an earlier stream, so around the afternoon, so between like around 12 and 3 o'clock, around there. So thank you guys so much for your support, for being there, for standing amongst us. And if you enjoy the show, if it's making an impact into your life, let us know on social media. Let us know by joining our amazing Discord community by going to THEIMPACTPLAY.com and give us a review or even a rating on your favorite platforms such as Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and more. By visiting anchor.fm/TheImpactPlay. You can even send us a voice note that may even be featured on a future episode of the show. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Stay positive, stay humbled, stay blessed, and do not stay silent. Raise your voice. Even if you feel like your voice doesn't matter, it does. You raise the voices of people who need their voice to be loud in order for change to happen. So thank you guys so much. And we at the Impact Play stand amongst you. And on another note, if you have someone that would like to, if you have a person in mind that would like to be a guest star on the show, let us know by sending an email at contact@theimpactplay.com. Thank you guys so much and have a great one. Yagu out.